Okay, everyone. From the very beginning, this concept of more than a bridge is a powerful statement that holds both symbolic and literal meaning. And the realization of a land bridge over the 94 is more than an initiative, it's a journey to completion. And one could say that you're about halfway there. You probably have heard the phrase, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Okay, well, in this case, maybe it's about the destination. But many people will join and support you along the way. Residents, business owners, church congregations, city officials, the MDOT team, local institutions, philanthropists, and other stakeholders, too numerous to name. But what happens through the process is the building of critical relationships that will provide many opportunities for personal growth, self-determination, and ownership. So it is about the journey. So through this process, we've identified 5 guiding principles for the initiative. First, there's rarely been an opportunity for an initiative of this scale and complexity to be led by a community of color. Opportunities for ownership include ownership over the process, the physical spaces, and eventually for the programming and ongoing care of this new destination. As I mentioned, a bridge is both symbolic and literal. It's a connection to the past, present, and future, to new neighbors, and to those who moved away but return home to celebrate the culture of place, and to new generations that have yet to learn about their neighborhood and cultural heritage. These guiding principles are anchored by the 8 community values identified by the Reconnect Rondo. The idea of this initiative being part of something bigger that can begin to heal the wounds of the past but celebrate present possibilities. The community needs a place for this to happen in the heart of Rondo. Its impact will be felt across the city of St. Paul, the state, and serve as an example for other communities displaced by urban renewal. I thought about this idea of a healthy heart. A healthy heart provides great circulation, it allows the body to flourish, and it empowers us to attain things we can attain things that we didn't think were possible. And in a way, the land bridge reconnects arteries and new pathways to power a community forward. And finally, the land bridge and the neighborhood around it stands as a legacy to the African American experience in St. Paul and across the country. When successful, it will provide a role model for communities who also want to tackle audacious goals, whether that moonshot is a land bridge or another worthy project. The process by which the communities can galvanize and come together can be learned through this effort. So why it matters. In any audacious moonshot, you have to answer the question, why does it matter? In marketing, we have a term that we call the WITHM. So remember that acronym. It's what's in it for me. And that means all the stakeholders that you have in this process will be asking that question. And it's up to the leaders of this effort to be able to answer that to move the project forward. It requires you looking at the project from a different point of view and seeing things from other people's lenses. And you need to understand the implications for the broader community and the broader city and community. So here's why we think it matters. First, it is a community initiative led around African American leadership. I don't think I have to repeat what I said earlier, but it provides, through the process, it provides connections for an entire array of people, whether that's local business, youth, entrepreneurs, artists, educators, and community members. This opens up new horizons and possibilities. The bridge is catalytic to new neighborhood investment, possible home ownership, new employment opportunities, and raises the awareness of issues faced by the community. I think we can all agree that this is a legacy project. It's honoring the legacy of both the community lost, but also creating a new legacy for generations to come. I don't think it can be overstated that a bridge is both a literal connection, a physical connection, and it's a symbolic one. This is just a short list of all the ways connections can occur, and I encourage you all to add to this list. And then over time, go back and see and measure how this has been leveraged across the community and track them over time. Engaging in the outdoors, providing places to gather and congregate, places to learn, play, and create, they all improve physical health and psychological well-being. We envision better foot and bike to transit. This enhances the utilization of the Green Line and alternate transit in the area. And lastly, the opportunity to mitigate exhaust, pollution, and noise generated by I-94 into the adjoining neighborhoods. There is who is not currently being served by local programs? This isn't a chance in advance to start ramping up the opportunity and prepare for the opportunities that are going to come as a result of this effort. So part of the planning needs to involve local business, youth, and professionals, and perhaps identifying new innovative partnerships that you haven't thought of before. So where are those? As Lanier mentioned, with any change, gentrification and displacement can happen. So it's a delicate balancing act of and we have made special effort across the panel that you were here today. It's about putting policies and procedures in place to address these before they happen. But at the same time, you don't want to cut off the opportunity for all the things we heard from you across the last few days, opportunities for growth, home ownership, and to create a more thriving community. So it is going to be a delicate balance, but we think you can get there. Thank you.